Happy New Year, everybody. I'm Alison, I'm the Frugal Knitter, and I'm based here in the Scottish Borders in the UK. Again, it's been a while since I've been on here. Things just keep on happening. I just can't get that momentum going where I'm podcasting every month at the moment. Hopefully, I've made a point of, as from today, I'm going to try and get an episode out at least every month if possible. Because you know, I know there's people out there wanting to watch the podcast and look forward to it. I know I don't have many subscribers yet. I'm not yet at 1,000. So if you do join me today, you know, grab your knitting, grab something to drink, and yeah, and I'll show you what I've been up to. My numbers have dropped of subscribers, and I think that's because originally this channel, I did it as a I used to be a full-time eBay reseller, and I did lots of videos in. I'm going to take my glasses off for a moment. You have to excuse my glasses, they're quite funky ones today. I can't find my other ones. But yeah, I used to be a full-time reseller on eBay, so I used to do some videos about that. And so a lot of my subscribers from the beginning were subscribers from those, like they subscribe from those videos. When I started up this channel or this podcast, I didn't know how to start up a new channel, so I just changed the name to it. So I think, you know, a lot of those people aren't interested in knitting, of course, and they've just filtered away. So I would still like to get to 1,000. My goal is to get to 1,000 by the end of 2024. That would be fantastic, because I really enjoy doing these videos. And yeah, and I just love reading your messages and answering them. And you know, I'm not that far off. I hope it's possible. So if you could subscribe, that would be great, and hit the bell. That would be absolutely wonderful, as I so enjoy doing these videos when I do get the time. But hopefully that's going to change this year. I do work full-time as a full-time charity fundraiser. I do work from home. But as I say, it's full-time nonetheless. And of course, I've got 4 dogs, 2 ponies, 2 daughters as well, although they are older. But of course, they still I still like to spend some time with them. And so yeah, so as I say, I'm the Frugal Knitter here on. I am on Ravelry as well as the Frugal Knitter 2. Just of late, I haven't really been updating my Ravelry page that as much as I should do, but I'm going to try and get that under control. I'm also on Instagram. Haven't been on there long, as the Frugal Knitter as well. So so yeah, please get in touch if you want to have a chat about anything knitting related, or otherwise, why not? And yeah, and welcome for joining me today. So I'm going to tell you a bit about what I'm wearing, and I've got some works in progress, and I've also got, of course, some acquisitions. Some, of course, were presents from Christmas, which was fantastic. So yeah, so I'm drinking today out of a mug. Now I do have a pink version of this mug, and it does. This one says Knit Happiness. My other mug I got from a charity shop, and it says something about unraveling knitting, or I can't remember. I do use it all the time, but I can't remember what's on it. It's funny, because when I first got one of these mugs, I didn't think it would actually, because it's a bit of a weird shape, I didn't think it would be that great for drinking out of, but it's fantastic, and I love it because it's got this bit. It's like a ball of wool, and it goes in and out, of course, where the ball band is, and it's great for just holding on to. So my daughter Megan brought me this as one of my presents for Christmas. So now I have 2, a pink one and a grey one, so that's great. I've only got water today. I've already had 2 cups of coffee, and I'm going to try and cut down if possible. I don't drink that much coffee, but it would be great if I could drink even less. I probably only have about 3 or 4 cups a day, and I only have it week. But yeah, I am going to try and drink more water, less coffee. So that's a start. So anyway, so what am I wearing? Well, to begin with, I've got notes today. I don't usually have notes, so if I have notes, I forget to look at them. So I really am going to try and be good and try and if anybody's joined me on these podcasts before, you'll know that I'm useless at editing. You get it as basically I film it. I'm not very techie, so you'll probably find things popping up what shouldn't be there. And I was looking back on my past video to see, because I couldn't remember if I'd showed this cowl before, and a random photo just popped up before I even started talking about it, so I do apologise for that if you saw that video. I'm going to try and improve my skills at doing these podcasts. We'll see what happens. It might just be wishful thinking, but I'll do my best to improve if I can. As I say, this is episode 10, so surely I should be getting better by now. But anyway, so first of all, I'm going to tell you about the East Coast cowl. I did mention this before when I was knitting on it. So the yarn is Walker Mist. It's fingering weight 100% superwash merino, and it's the colourway Grey Alone, and I absolutely love it. It is so soft. It's beautiful, and I have worn it literally all the time since I made it, and I've also wear it while I'm working as well, because while I'm on the phones all day sitting upstairs working, it gets quite, I refuse to turn the heating on during the daytime, and it does get quite chilly, so it's quite nice to have this. It's nice and cozy around my neck, and I do love it. Now I say it's the East Coast Cowl. It's by Yarn. So I have to keep looking at my notes. It's by Yarn. The pattern's by Yarn Indulgences, and it's on Ravelry. And I'll just show you a little bit here. So it's I think I explained this before actually. So you start off in the round, and then you go on to knitting it flat backwards and forwards. I don't mind that because I don't mind purling. And then for the, how does it work? So long since I made it now. And then you go back to knitting it in the round again. So yeah. But it's really quick and easy knit. Thoroughly recommend it. The yarn is absolutely beautiful. I love that too. And I wanted to do some for some presents, but I just didn't have time. Just before Christmas, I was quite ill. I had terrible, really bad cold or flu. I think it was more flu than a cold. And I was left with a really bad chest infection. And it just left me, I didn't want to knit, I didn't want to do anything. And yeah, so that's why it's been such a long time really that I've again, since I made my last podcast and really done any proper knitting. I've picked up simple things. I did some charity hats and what have you, but I really didn't want to do anything else. I just didn't feel like doing anything. I was just a vegetable. And so I'm quite glad now to be back in the land of the living. I was signed off work and everything. So yeah. So yeah, really pleased with that. If I'll put the details below, so if you do get the chance to make that, they make great presents for anybody. And yeah, I just love it because it's so soft. But anyway, that's that. I'm also wearing, I think I showed you, I think I just only got the yarn when I showed you this. This is how long it's been. Now this was a test knit for Kiddiwinksknits, and it's the Rambler Adult. She did do a child's version, and I think so many people liked it, they wanted an adult's version as well. So I test knitted this for her. Now when I started it, I was flying through it, was doing really well, and then I got ill, and it was difficult for me to finish on time. I think I just about made it on time. Might have been a couple of, or actually no, that's not true. I'd finished it in plenty of time, that was it. But I just felt so poorly. It was just like filling in the form and everything and writing down all the details. I just couldn't face it, and weighing yarn and that. So I'd finished it. I'd got a couple of photographs not great photographs, and so I really had to get better photographs and put all the information in on the forum and on my Ravelry page. So that didn't get done till afterwards, which was a shame because I actually flew through it and I got the jumper done in. It took me probably about 2.5, 3 weeks to knit. It was so quick to knit up and so easy and such good fun. Yeah, it was a shame that I got poorly right at the end, and then I was a bit late putting the details up. But you know, the designer, she was really, really good, and she understood, and everything's fine. I think I still need to put on yardage on there. I put yard. I think I put it in yards. I think she wants it in meters or vice versa, so I still need to do that and contact her. So if you're watching, I haven't forgotten. But yeah, so so I really, really love this jumper. It is just so cozy and warm. I didn't think I would wear it much because I thought it would be too warm. It's Ariane weight. I did it in drops. Where's my notes? I did it in drops Alaska, and I thought it was going to be itchy. I always wear something under it. I've got a long sleeve top under it. I may have to take it off if I don't get too warm, but I don't think I will. I haven't left the heating on today. I thought I wouldn't be wearing it that much. The weather was cold when I first made it, so I wore it, and then it got warm again, so it got put to the back. And now I've got it out again because, yeah, it is. I've worn it loads, and we've got ponies, and we have to go out when it's really cold to do them. And it's been great underneath my coat, and I've been wearing it in the evenings. I've been wearing it while I've been working, so I've worn it loads and loads. In fact, I even lent it to somebody Christmas Day because I was feeling cold in the house, and so I lent it to them and got it back a few days later. I think they might have been trying to pinch it off me, but I'll say no more. It was a family member, so I think I probably would have let them get away with it, but I'm glad to have it back. Yeah, so it's really, really lovely. It's top-down construction. I did some waist shaping on it as well. That was optional. What else can I tell you about it? I mean, I'll put all the details down below, and you can go onto my Ravelry page as well to have a look at it. So I did it in a size 5. So normally I would do a size 4. I think the size 5 was an E. So I did a size E. I can't remember how much positive ease. It didn't have that much positive ease on it. And I did it in 4 and 5mm needles, which knitted it exactly to gauge. So I'm pleased about that. It did recommend 4 and 5 needles, so I was pleased about that. Ariane, I would usually knit on a 6mm, but no, it's come out really good. So the fabric is quite denser than what it would normally come out. So I'll show you a little bit. So it has got short row shaping across the back, and so it starts off, you've got these little leaves, then this little bit of a pattern here, and these flowers. It was so easy to do. The pattern is so well written. It is a paper, and I think it's up there now, available on Ravelry. I'll put the details below. The butterflies, they was nice and easy, but the mushrooms, I don't know what happened there. They're okay now. I think one of the mushrooms, you can't actually, I don't think you can see, but I think one of the mushrooms, I think it could be that one, isn't as wide. I think it was that one. It's that one there. I mean, you wouldn't know unless I point it out, I don't think. So these mushrooms, I don't know what happened, but I kind of lost my count in them. And then the sleeves have got this little leaf detail around there again. It did start to bobble, but I don't know if you can, try and stand up. I'll lift it up. There we go. So the bottom part has got these leaves again. So I'm really pleased with it. I love it to bits. It's really warm. I can honestly say this is my favourite knit of the year. Thoroughly recommend the pattern. It's nice and easy. I would say an adventurous beginner could easily do it. Just be careful, of course, of your floats. it wasn't that bad. I just like, I think the only one that I had to, with the floats match, I think it was butterflies. I think, unless I'm getting muddled up with another pattern that I'm doing. I think it was just these last, I just carried the floats across there, just took them up. So yeah, I really, really love it. And I think I'm going to do another yoke sweater because I so enjoyed it and it's so nice. I think I'd like to do one in a DK weight just because I won't need another one this thick. Yeah, so really, really pleased with that. So that's that. So I've also, what else did I finish? Now you have to excuse me because I have worn these. I probably need to wash actually. But these was a little, they've been shoved in my drawer, so I've stretched them out a bit there. So these were just a pair of vanilla shorty socks. So I did the 2x2 ribbon straight into the heel flap and gusset. So that's the heel flap where it's a knit one, slip one, and I find that's a really good strong heel. And yeah, so the yarn for this was amble sock yarn in 4-ply, and it's from the Fibre Company. And that's a blend of wool and alpaca and recycled nylon, and they are so soft. And again, I haven't washed them yet. I put them straight on and started wearing them immediately. In fact, I like them so much, I did one and then I wore one while I was sat there knitting the other, because I tried it on to see how it fitted, and then it felt so nice, I just kept it on. So so that's those. So I've worn them quite a bit. They probably do need a wash now actually. And yeah, so really pleased with them. I planned on doing 2 pairs of, this was made out of 225 gram skeins, and that is all that I had left from it, just that little nugget there. So I should keep that because it might be handy if they ever get a hole in or anything, I can repair them. Next, I was gonna try and knit 2 pairs of these. I had, this is the West Yorkshire Spinner Sparkle Christmas yarn in the colourways Nutcracker, and it was 100 gram balls, and I was just wondering whether or not I could get 2 pairs of socks out of it. I think I started pulling out from the middle. I don't usually like to do that. I usually end up getting in a tangle. So anyway, I thought, well, I'll do that, and pulled it out from the middle and ended up getting a great big tangle, and it was such a mess. Be quite honest, I can never be bothered to sit there for hours on end unravelling and untangling. So I did a terrible thing. I just chopped it off and threw it in the bin, because that's what I'm like, because I've got no patience. Yeah, so and then I started from the outside, and it's still in a bit of a tangle inside, and I had to roll it up and poke it inside. That's what that is tangled as well. But one of my daughters likes longer socks, the other one likes shorty socks. So I thought, well, maybe I could get a long pair and a short pair out. So but the thing is, being poorly, I ran out of time, didn't feel like doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit her the daughter that Emily that I didn't get to do them for. I'll knit her a pair, but I won't do Christmas ones. And it's her birthday coming up in January as well, so I'll do a pair for a birthday. So these are they're just, again, vanilla socks, self-patterning yarn. As I say, it was West Yorkshire Spinner Sparkle Christmas Yarn Nutcracker. And I really love the colours, really do. And I love this, this gingerbread colour. I'm presuming that's what it's supposed to be. Now there's a bit of a story to these socks. I don't know what happened. I think it's because I wasn't very well. Because because I've knitted loads of these just vanilla socks before, and I don't really need a pattern. But what happened was, I'd got so that when it came to, I didn't, as you can see there, I haven't matched them up or anything. When I got to the toe, I'd started decreasing in the wrong place, so the toe was the other way around. It was the wrong way around. It was sort of like, instead of my decreases sort of going, instead of it going this way, it was going that way. So it was a complete mess. So I had to unravel it and start again. I got these finished probably 2 days before Christmas or something ridiculous. So this year I'm going to knit all my Christmas socks in the summer. That would make more sense. I'm going to try and get a pair done a month, I think. But don't hold me to it. And yeah, so I had to unravel one of them and start again. Now, I gave them to my daughter for Christmas, Iona, and 2 days later she comes because she loves her hand-knitted socks. She wears them all the time. And in fact, she's still wearing the Halloween ones I gave to her. She's got other ones, but she's just wearing them. And she's got it into her mind now that she wants a pair for her birthday. She wants a pair for Valentine with little hearts on. You know, when there's any holidays, she wants them holiday themed. So anyway, going back to, anyway, she's, Mum, she says, one of my socks has got a hole in the toe. And I thought, oh, that's weird. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if I perhaps hadn't wound it in properly at the end and fastened it off. But it looked as if it's where the toe had worn out. So I don't get it, because she'd only worn them for a couple of days. She doesn't wear them on bare floors or anything. She always wears slippers. So I don't know what happened, but it just looked as if it was worn away. So whether or not the yarn was a bit thin in that space, in that area, I don't know. If I hadn't cast it, wound in the ends properly, I don't know. So anyway, so what I actually did, I said, well, give them back to me, and this is the one that I redid. And I took it right back to before the decreasing. So I just had to do a few, couple of rows before I started on the decreasing. So she'll get them back again later today. So yeah, so that was worth doing. I thought, well, I'm not going to bother darning it up. They're only 2 days old. I have plenty of yarn. So that was that. So I've done that. I also, I can't show it to you, but I'm going to try and get a photograph to put up here. I did a men's cowl for my daughter's boyfriend. They're down in London at the moment. They went down for New Year's Eve, and I knitted him a cowl. They haven't been going out for that long, so I didn't know what he kind of would like, but I thought, well, you can't go wrong with a cowl. So I did the Bertoos cowl. I will put a picture up here. I'll put a picture of him wearing it if she can get a photograph. He's a lovely lad. I'm sure he won't mind. And but if not, I'll put a photograph of the original from the photograph from the original pattern. But I'll try and put his photograph if I can. It's a paid pattern on Ravelry. Dead easy. It was supposed to have been 2x2 ribbon, and then you go into 1x1 ribbon. But for some reason I didn't do that. I did do it when I was actually working, but I did 1x1 ribbon, I think, or was it 2x2? I can't remember without seeing it. And then I went into plain stocking stitch. Why I did that, I don't know, but it came out fine. And he really likes it, so, and he's worn it. But yeah, I don't know why. I paid for the pattern and didn't follow it, and I didn't realise I wasn't following it till just today when I went to have a look at it. Yeah, so it's 2x2, then it's supposed to be 1x1, but I did, it was either 1x1 or 2x2, and then I just did plain stocking stitch. So yeah, but and I just did it in acrylic yarn, chunky. It's done in chunky on, was it 5mm needles? I'll put the details downstairs anyway. Downstairs, down below, and just did it in like a mould. Can't say that, mould. Grey chunky yarn. It was just a cheap yarn I got from the local factory shop, but it's really, really soft, and I've used it before and it's really good quality for what you pay for it. So yeah, so that's that. So that's everything that I've finished. I'm going to show you what I've got on my needles. Now, I'll get rid of those notes. I can't believe I've actually kept to my notes. This is really good. I'm getting better. Well, for today. So, where are we? So on my needles, I'm still on my Habitation throw. This has been going on now for over a year. I just, I've got this in my Emma Ball knitters bag. It's one of my favourite bags. So jazzy. And I often think, I thought, I wonder which one's me. I think it's that one there. Oh, this one. Yeah, so I've done quite a bit more on it. Now, I don't know last time if I showed you this, I've made a terrible mistake on it. And I'll show you the right way around, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. I didn't go back because I just couldn't be bothered, and I thought it's only going to be slung over the chair in the sitting room or on my bed anyway, so it's not going to be a gift, it's not for anybody. But oh, I've got a catch there as well. Oh, sorry, it's just a loose stitch. Yeah, so if you can see just there, I started the colour on the wrong side. What a stupid thing to do. And it was really noticeable. Yeah, so it's getting there very, very slowly. But what I'm going to try and do is, I've made a point for January, I'm going to try and get a few of my things that are on the needles off the needles, because I've got a Cowl cardigan upstairs. I've got a pair of mitts, fingerless mitts, 2 pairs of fingerless mitts. I've got the ones that the Fair Isle pattern and the ones that are the Argyle kind of pattern that I started. So I've got 2 pairs of mitts, Cowl cardigan, this. I think that's it actually. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, so I want to get some of these finished, or at least, you know, on a bit further, especially this. It's been like forever, but I'm really pleased with it, and that's that. So the next colour, I've just come to the end of that colour, so the next colour I'm going to put in, it will be this one. And so this is, as I say, the Habitation throw, and the yarn that I'm using are these little skeins that I bought from Botanical Yarns. So, oh god, something's gone down my throat. I'll take my glass off because the light's shining on them. So that is that. So I'm trying to work on this, even if I just do a couple of rows a day. I've got to get it finished eventually. I've found out that I'm not very good at doing big projects like blankets. Now the next thing that I'm working on, the last episode, I think I showed you, I purchased some yarn from the wool box, and it was supposed to be a knit along for a Christmas blanket, but when the yarn arrived, I realised I didn't really kind of like it for a blanket, because it was too thin, I thought, and I don't know, I just didn't feel like doing it in the end. So I thought, well, I'll use the yarn, I'll keep the yarn and I'll use it for something. So I started to knit on the, oh, I don't know, I've lost my wonderful notes. Oh gosh. Ah, there we are. Yeah, so this is the blank canvas. It's no good. The blank canvas sweater. It's a paid for pattern off of Ravelry, and it's one of these wonderful patterns that you can basically use, I think, whatever yarn, whatever needles, and it's just yeah, and you just do it how you want. So I've started on this top down raglan sweater. It will be for the sort of like spring, summer. Try to show you without, yeah. And I'm just using the colours that came in, I think I've used all the colours now that came to make the blanket, and obviously I'm going to have loads left. My daughter, I think she's wanting a short sleeve version of it. So basically it's just a blank sweater and you just put in your stripes or whatever and do as you want. Now, sorry, Tracy from the Grocery Girls, she did a short sleeved version in this, in virtually the same sort of kind of stripe pattern, and I really liked it. So I copied how she did her stripes. They were in different colours, just so that my stripes went okay. Things like stripes and colours, I'm useless at. Do you know what I mean? If that was me, it would just be like 4 rows or something by 2 rows, or 8 rows by 4 rows all the way down in 2 colours. But yeah, so I just copied how Tracy had done her stripes, really, but I just did them in different colours, and I think that's okay. Originally wanted it to be like a Christmassy jumper, but it doesn't look Christmassy at all. It did in the blanket. There were Christmas colours in the blanket, but no. So I'm really pleased how that's coming along. I think that'd be nice and cheerful for the summer. Now the yarn that I'm using is just acrylic yarn. It's classic anti-pilling DK. I don't know if you can see that. And it's supposed to be really good for sensitive skin. So I thought, oh, that's great. So I might be able to wear it with nothing underneath it. Suitable for direct contact with the most sensitive skin, even babies, ages between 0 to 3 months. Tested for over 350 harmful substances by independent laboratories. Certified not to contain harmful levels of irritants, allergens, or, I can't read that, carcinogens. I think that's what it says. So yeah, and it's lovely and soft, and it's great to knit with. It knits really well, but I just didn't fancy doing the blanket. Now on the back you'll see that when I started this jumper I didn't know how to work in the round and join in colours without getting that step effect. But as I go down, you can see that I did learn it. So yeah, I think it was those 2 there that I practiced doing it. So I mean, this is only going to be, it's not going to be a special jumper, it's just going to be for everyday wear, so I don't mind too much. And if I got my hair down, you won't see those anyway. But yeah, but it's good because I did learn a new skill by doing this jumper. And as I say, it's a raglan, short row shaping at the back. There's nothing really, it's just standard, you know, plain knit. So it's great. I really enjoy that, and I'm doing it bit by bit. It's no rush, I suppose, because it's not really warm enough to wear it at the moment. I've also started last night a cast on, because last night was New Year's Eve. This is New Year's Day today. I don't know when I'll get this video out. I'm hoping I might get it out later today. But if not, it's New Year's Day today, and I started this last night because I'd finished finishing this toe here for her, and I've found this yarn. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. I got it from Glasgow from a very sort of like one of these shops that sell yarn in big packets. It's usually all acrylic. It fell on the floor. It's covered in dog's hairs. But she did have some sock yarn. It is wool and 25% nylon, I know that, but I can't remember the brand. And I did start making a pair of arm warmers, and they was hideous. So I unravelled them And now I'm knitting, I've just cast on for another pair of socks. I might give these to Emily, I'm not sure yet. But I want to learn how to do the shadow heel. And I usually just do heel flap and gusset, but I just would really like to learn how to do the shadow heel, because I want to do it so that if I've got socks like this, so that there's not a break in the pattern. I was watching Ruth Loves to Knit, and she always uses the shadow heel, and yeah, so it's a short row, isn't it, that it is. So I've been looking at loads of videos how to do that. So when I get down to, I don't know if I'm going to do these as a pair of shorties, or because I just want to get on and do that shadow wrap heel. So I might do them as a pair of shorties. I'd still have enough for another pair, I think, out of these for longer ones, just because I really want to get on and see if I can do that heel and see how it comes out. So they're the socks I'm working on. I'm working on that jumper, and I've got my blanket that I'm working on at the moment. I've got a trip coming up to Glasgow. I have to go to the dentist. I can't remember if it's next week or the week after. So I'm going up on the train. So I'll have a good day of knitting, or a good couple of hours at least, knitting on the train and then back again. So that'd be 4 hours knitting altogether. So that'd be good. So that's it. Right, acquisitions, my favourite bit. Right, what did I get for Christmas? I think my family are beginning to really get to know me now, because they know what I seem to get more and more presents that are knitting each year. Knitting related, I should say. So, I've already showed you my mug, what my daughter Megan got me. And then my daughter Iona, she very, very kindly saw me struggling, I think, at some point with all my circular needles, which I just kept in like a little bag, and they was all tangled and knotted up and everything. And I did have them once in a folder, loose leaf folder, where I just put them in those pockets that you buy in WH Smith's. But then they kept popping out the top and everything. So she got me this little case. So really pleased with this. It's really nice. I love it. So I don't know if years ago when I was a kid, and if anybody got me something like a diary, Christmas night I'd sit there writing everything in there, like all my names and addresses. Obviously we do it all on my phones now. But if you're of the age of myself, you remember sort of like having to write down names and addresses in your little diary or your notepad or whatever. And I always used to go away Christmas night and fill in the name and address and all my details and the contact numbers and, you know, the birthdays, all of the dates in my new diary. Well, when I got this, like Christmas night and everybody was in bed, I sorted out my needles and put them all in. It was just like that. It was exciting. Yes, so I don't know where she got it from. Probably, I don't know. But so I've got all my needles in there. Well, not all of them. There's some of them in there. And then you've got a little pocket here. So I've got my ends that go on, changeables, needle gauge. These are my shorter needles, which I use for my socks. And then I've got some needles in the back. I haven't got them in size order at the moment. I need to sort them out. I might do that later on today, actually. In fact, today, when I finished, actually, I might try and get this video up. But I need to sort out my yarn. I need to sort out all my needles. Everything's a mess upstairs. So that's that. So I was really, really pleased with that. And then afterwards, she took me up to one side and she says, I didn't wrap it up because I didn't think it would be any good. She'd ordered me this first before she'd ordered me that for Christmas. And because she thought she was getting me just the needle case. And when it came, she says, oh, it was just so cheap and horrible. I didn't bother wrapping it up. She goes, but I'll give it to you anyway. And they did refund her on it. But it's actually really good, and I'm glad she didn't send it back, or didn't have to send it back. Now, I did see somebody had one of these on one of the podcasts, and I think it was Ruth Loves to Knit, because she's the regular one that I always watch without fail. I know she likes knitting with, I think it's wooden needles, but did she need metal ones for some reason? So she just sent for some cheap ones. I can't remember, but I'm sure she had these on there, and I know that they was dirt cheap, and obviously from China. But yeah, with this a set of circular needles, which is really good. So, and I mean, they're not super quality, but do you know what? I think they'll be okay for. And I actually, now what did I need this for? Oh, it was that was it the cow? I've got something else to show you. Wait there. Right, so I made the Musselburgh hat. How silly of me not to have shown you. So this is my first Musselburgh hat, and this is what I needed the shorter needle for. I don't do magic loop. I just don't get on with it. I don't like it. And how did I do this in the end? I had a longer, I can't remember how I did it in the end, because I had the wrong size needle. I think I don't know how I think I put it on, oh, when it got to the decrease, I put it on double pointed needles at the end, but I couldn't quite get, it was when it was, oh, I don't know, I can't remember. Anyway, I could have done with a shorter, so I could have actually used, but anyway, so this is my Musselburgh hat. I'm really, really pleased with it. I think I may do another one, or I might do some for charity. The only thing is, I don't like a slouchy bit at the top. It's not that slouchy. I mean, you can just bash it down with your hand. But I really, really love it. And to begin with, I thought, I wasn't sure about paying for the pattern, because I just thought, oh, it's just a bog standard hat. Now these hats I used to knit, I had an Addy, Centro circular knit machine. So I'd used this method before on there, where you just do a long tube and then stuff it inside, one bit inside the other. So I knew kind of the pattern anyway, but I don't know, this, I mean, it works so well. It's just one pattern. You can choose what needles you want, what yarn you want. You count up your stitches. So you knit a couple of inches, and then you swatch those couple of inches that you've knitted, basically. And whatever you've already done, you keep on your needles, and you just carry on knitting. And it just, because you're starting at the end, and it just tells you how many that you have to keep on increasing until you get to the right number to go around your measurement in your head. So it dead simple pattern, really lovely. I mean, because it's double, oh god, look at my hair now. Oh, I couldn't be tidy if I tried. There we go. Oh, what do I look like? Oh gosh. Never mind, eh? Yeah, so it's double thickness for anybody that's not familiar with the Musselburgh hat, and it's just a long tube, and then you just shove. And according to the length, you can have it slouchy. I think if I do another one, I should do it a couple of inches shorter, so there's no slouch at all. And then if you want, you can do it a bit longer and turn it up. I think I've got a really small head, so I think I did the child size, and that was fine for me, and I really like it. So yeah, so that was my hat as well. I need to put it up on Ravelry, but really pleased with that, and totally recommend it. The yarn that I used was some just left over. It was it's 100% acrylic, but it was a good acrylic that I bought. I can't remember. It was just left over from where I did something else. It was acrylic, but it was a good brand. So yeah, so really pleased with that, because I know I just can't wear wool on my head. It would just drive me nuts. Right, that's that. So I digressed a bit there. So yeah, so these needles, yeah, I mean, they seem okay. I mean, the joins are okay. I'm gonna give them a go. You know, I think they're nice and light. I think they're a bit too light, but yeah, but no, they're really good. So the only thing is, obviously I have to just measure them all and put I just wrote on there, they're all the same length, but I just put the millimetre size on there, just so that I knew what they were. So that was that. So that was nice. They will come in handy for something. Now, my other daughter, Emily, she does crochet. I'll just tie this up. And I bought myself a tablet. I bought it for myself for Christmas, and I didn't have a case for it. So on the train up to Edinburgh, she was doing a dance show. She does street dancing, and they put on a show up in Edinburgh, and we was going up on the train, so I knitted quickly a tablet case, just for quick, because I was just going to go out and buy one, but she knitted me this beautiful one, crocheted this lovely one for me. It's just got these ties on, and she didn't know the size of my tablet. She just guessed that it fits perfectly, so she did that for me. She hasn't been crocheting long, but she's done some nice things. She needs to learn how to finish off her ends though, I think. But she knows that. So I'm really pleased with that. It was a nice present to receive. She obviously spent quite a bit of time doing that, and I'm hopeless at crochet, so I was really pleased to get that. It's lovely. A lot of thought went into that. And then I was in the charity shops, and I picked up all these for 50p each. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 the Knitter magazines, Rowing Milk Cotton Collection. I've got that, picked that one up. I wouldn't have picked that one up. It must have got in there by accident. So Serda Family in Denim, and Rowan the Casbah Collection. So I don't know how old that is. Got notes in there, but these I was really pleased with. So I did have a quick look through, and I did see a couple of things that I wanted to make. I quite like, if you can see, I quite like this yoke sweater there. But when you think of how many patterns are in each one, and for 50p each, because I can store them up, I quite like, I'll try and find the other page. That wasn't the one. There was one I found. I thought, oh, I'm definitely going to have a go at that. Oh, there it is. Right, page 61. I'll try and show you the big picture. A magazine is so expensive now, and quite rightly so when you think about the patterns that are in them, but oh, I can't find it. Let me find it. I really want to show you it. Ah, here we go. So I quite like, I don't know if you can see it. I quite like that. I really fancy doing that. What I really need is I need some skirts or some like winter dresses that I can wear jumpers over the top of. Because I do like the crop ones, but I'm not at a shape anymore where I can kind of get away with wearing crop sweaters, I don't think. But yeah, so that's what I've got today. I'm really pleased with these, the 50p each. And I don't think they're that. It's issue, that's 165, 173, 175, 166. So I don't know what issue. I did buy it, the Knitter magazine, a couple of months ago. I can't remember what issue number that was. So so that's that. So that's just about it. What am I going to be doing for January? Working. I had so much time off in December when I was poorly. I really do need to catch up because, as you know, sick pay isn't that great, and it's not enough to live on. So so this January I'm going to be working flat out, I think, just to try and make up just make up the money I think that I lost during December. And yeah, I really want to learn a few techniques, new techniques this year as well. I haven't got anything planned as far as holidays go. You may or may not know, I'm quite keen on doing jigsaw puzzles. I haven't been doing that many just recently. I did do one last week, and if I remember, I put a photograph up here, and I liked it so much I actually glued it together and put it on my wall. It's just at the bottom of the stairs, so it's not nowhere too prominent, but I did like the picture, and it was a shame. I didn't want to. I just finish them in one go and just put them, as soon as I finish, take a photograph and put them straight back in the box. But there's the British Jigsaw Puzzle in Championships down in Newmarket this year, so I may go down to that. I want to go to a few more yarn festivals this year if possible. See how it goes. I've got my cycling that I want to get started on again. I haven't done that for a few weeks. One, because of the weather. I did go out on Boxing Day, but it was really, I think I walked more than I cycled because of all the black ice. It's not wise to go out if it's like that. So I've got cycling I want to do. I want to get to some yarn festivals, perhaps do some jigsaw puzzling, more of that. I would like to go, we get pretty cheap flights over to Denmark and Norway from here, and Sweden. So I've been to Sweden before. I quite fancy, I've been looking at everybody's videos for their trips to Copenhagen. So from Edinburgh you can fly direct with Ryanair, and it's not that expensive. So that's something I might think about doing. Coming sort of like from my Easter onwards, really. I don't really want to go when it's too cold. I remember going to Sweden at Easter and I absolutely nearly froze to death. That was a number of years ago, and we took the kids, we did a house swap, which was good fun. I may do some pet sitting again this year. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I've got nothing planned apart from work right now. I really need to get on and do that. I need to pay for some things on my car as well. So yeah, but thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. I'll try and get back within the next 4 weeks, and please remember to subscribe if you did like it, and give it the thumbs up and ring that bell. I've enjoyed, the past year and the podcasts that I have managed to do so much. And please message me. Tell me what you're working on. I'd really like to know. And tell me what your plans are, knitting plans for the coming year. And yeah, and hopefully I'll see you soon in the next one. Thanks so much then. Bye bye.